Good day, everyone. Greetings. Got my headphones on. Hopefully you'll be able to hear me. A little bit audible, more audible, I guess, or if not, I'll make this short and straight to the point. I'll try to, at least. Irosum and its effects. Irosum and its effects. Irosum. Well, in a nutshell, again, I'm going to try to describe very few characteristics that stand out for me with Irosum. And the bearing that it has on all of us. Greetings, Lorenzo, greetings. How are you? Santo, Oloruna Agbe. What's going on? What's happening? Astrid, Benediction. Benediction to all my elders and minors out here. Let's talk about Irosum for a second. From what I can capture from my limited understanding of Irosum, and you know, my mind is finite, meaning it's limited. I can't hold all this information. I'm getting old. You don't understand? Okay, while I digress, going back, Irosum, you see how I just got sidetracked with myself by trying to describe Irosum? That's Irosum in a sense because of the mystery. The mysterious, sort of like the mysterious characteristic, the unknown factor, right? The unknown quality of Irosum. Irosum, well, let me give a little backdrop so my lay people could also understand what I'm talking about. This Olodu is a representation of what practitioners of Lukumi and Orisha worship in general utilize when we divine. We use a system called Dilogun to conduct divinations, spiritual readings that allow us, to forecast what's taking place or what will take place in our lives at any given moment. And Irosum is one of the elements that is comprised in the Dilogun that we use to help us identify what's taking place and how to proceed in life, right? So, Irosum is a very, very, very special, powerful signal, just like all of them are, right? But the first things that come to my mind when I think about Irosum are the emotions that Irosum really carries, right? And when we think about emotions, we think about our feelings. And more often than not, depending on how, because I'm out here, depending on, how the orientation comes, in as far as the letter, when we think about emotions, what's the first thing that comes to mind sometimes? It's not always joy. When we think about emotions, we think about things that may create some form of tear-jerking effect, right? When we think about emotions, we think about sadness. We think about sometimes even crying and the tears. When we talk about Irosum, we think about what we can see or what we can't see. How far can we see? Our sight can only go but so far. Okay? We can only see up to a certain point, up to a point that's finite. I mentioned the term finite, limited. Irosun is beyond what we don't know. Irosun is beyond our limited sight. Irosun, again, talks about how the person that comes in this sign is filled with mystery, is filled with surprises. They have a certain quality about them that knows no bounds, but they don't even know, just like no one will ever truly know who they are, right? They say, Irosun, one of the elements that is captured in this letter is the bottom of the ocean. No one really knows what lies at the bottom of the ocean besides the deities that we call Orisha, besides the owner of the bottom of the ocean and the Orisha that's speaking to you in Irosun. And of course the supreme being that's speaking to you through Irosun. Okay? When you're talking about Irosun, they talk about how careful we need to be around people, because folks don't always have the best intentions for us. They set up traps, right? Be careful of the falsehood. Be careful of illusion, okay? Be careful of what people present to you as their truth. Meanwhile, it's an illusion. Irosun talks about removing the veil, right, from your eyes. Lifting the veil that's covering you from seeing what really is there. Quite expansive. And there's a lot that talks about our relationship with family too. The nature of our relationships with our families, our relatives, biological and spiritual. How do we conduct ourselves? What's our comportment? How do we interact? How are we interacting with these people who are our relatives? There's a great deal of meaning and power. Meaning and power that is captured within Irosun, that sometimes people may become fearful. But we just have to kind of understand that, in life, it's very precious. Life is beautiful. And you find everything good, just like everything that's not good in Odu. That's why I love my faith. You find everything good and everything that's not good in Odu. And Irosun is no stranger to what's not good. Okay? In addition with understanding some of the qualities a little bit, because I'm not going to really describe everything here. I can't. I really can't, because it's just too much. It's just too expansive. There's an element of the earth, right, that's tied with Irosun. And what I mean by that, it's not really about the whole, but it's about understanding the symbol of the whole. Symbol of the whole. Meaning, a person who comes in this sign may find a hole within themselves, a void, right? Some form of emptiness that they might feel within themselves that they need to be aware of, that can, even create harmful effects or consume them, stemming from something that could have happened in their past. One of the mysterious qualities about Irosun talks about your past. Irosun talks about your present. And Irosun talks about the future. all at the same time. I mean, can you fathom that? Can we really fathom? Irosun is speaking about your past, present, and future at the same time. So what took place in our past is affecting our present. And what we're doing now will also have an effect on what's to come. Right? Going back to the concept of the earth. In the faith of worshiping Orisha, this is a faith that deals with nature, right? It deals with the elements of nature. Our Ashe, our divine grace, when I speak about Ashe, is the divine grace that was disseminated throughout the world, right? That is encapsulated in everything living, everyone living. Our Ashe flows through nature. Irosun reminds us of our connection to the earth in that way. Because without nature, we don't have a connection, a true connection with Orisha. Irosun is very, 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 very powerful. Once again, a person who comes in that sign might not always present their true face. They might not always present because of the characteristics of the mystery, right? Because of the characteristics of that unknown factor. They're not always going to present. You won't be able to really investigate fully and find out like really who this person is. It's not meant for you to do that. They're filled with surprises, and hopefully the surprises are good. Hopefully the surprises are good. And there's a very, very sort of like a nice, strong connection with their spiritual guides. Right? People who come in Irosun have a beautiful talent, a beautiful gift where they can see and feel, right? They might have the gift of clairvoyance. Or maybe even clairaudience. They have this heightened spiritual awareness about them that causes them to pick up vibrations more than others. It's very in-depth. There's certain aspects of Irosun that require people to protect themselves, protect their overall well-being, because sadly, Irosun, when someone comes in Irosun, know that there was some form of, they've endured a lot of pain and suffering in their life, put it that way. They've endured a great deal of pain and suffering in their life that's causing them to be affected by it today. And if it goes unaddressed, they'll carry on in pain. They'll be affected. They'll continue to carry on those emotional strongholds, the baggage, the detrimental baggage that they've developed due to trauma that they experienced in their past. Trauma that they may not necessarily remember, which can be a good thing, but it's not that great because it's affecting how they're living today. It's affecting how they're living today. So one of the things that, and I'm going to say this last piece before I let you all go. You find everything in Odu. So one of the things that we also find, besides the aspect of setting traps and how we have to be careful of these things, how we have to be careful of not only being aware of the illusion that people present to us, we also have to be careful of the illusion that we can create towards others, right? Going back to emotion, excuse me, because it's a blaring ambulance. Excuse me. Okay. When we're dealing with spirit, and sometimes we're dealing with, not sometimes that we're dealing with, but the cemetery is a special place, right? Very, very special place. In Irosum, we have to remember, sometimes when, depending on how it comes for a person, they're told, that they have to really be aware of the cemetery and even sometimes not go there because of the energy that's there, the spiritual energy that's at the cemetery, right? But we also have to know, in Irosun, once again, with emotions. I'm sorry for, I gotta watch what I'm doing and stuff while I'm talking to everybody. When you talk about emotions, sometimes it's not always about what the dead leaves behind, but it's also about what the living leaves behind at the cemetery. Because the cemetery is what? A sad, angry place. Okay? So, yes, you have a great deal of strong, powerful, adversely, negatively impacting energy that's there, but you also have to know that people also leave behind their angry, negative energy as well. So sometimes you have to be mindful of that you might be affected by that if you might be affected by that if you come in Irosun. These things are available to us to help us navigate through life in a better way. So Marie, Mercy, Mercedes, greetings, good morning, good people. And that's my 2 cents in a nutshell. My morning tidbit on Irosun. I hope everyone has a good day. I hope everyone finds prosperity, good health, and mental wellness and physical well-being in general. Okay? I'll talk to you later. Be well.